Welcome to Switzerland for the first round of the 2021 Tour European Rally Historic. The 17th edition of the Rallye du Chablais is held in the historical Swiss region of Chablais between the cantons of Vaud and Valis. The 2021 Tour European Rally kicked off the year with two TER Promo events, with the same wide TV coverage of the championship's rallies. The first was the amazing Arctic Lapland Rally, held last January in Rovaniemi, the hometown of Santa Claus. The gravel stages of Valtiberina, in the heart of Tuscany, hosted the second TER Promo event in February. Aigle in Switzerland, together with Arezzo in Italy, Roeselare in Belgium, Coruna in Spain, and Antibes in France, will host the events of the 2021 Tour European Rally Historic, the new concept of rally series in Europe. The 17th edition of the Rallye du Chablais runs over 2 days, 12 special stages, for a total of 156 timed kilometers, very difficult for a true expert. The level of competition in the 2021 Tour European Rally Historic is enriched by the presence of some big names, such as the 2019 French champion Philippe Jourdain with a Ford Escort RS, the 2019 TER Historic J1-J2 champion Guy Trolliot with a Porsche 911, the Ford Escort RS of British Tim Metcalfe, third year for him in TER Historic, the two BMW M3 of Valicioni and Paraud, and Florian Ganin with another Ford Escort RS.
Oui, bonjour. Eh bien, écoutez, on est enchanté de venir pour la première fois.
We are delighted to be for the first time at Rallye du Chablais.
De faire le championnat TER.
We decided to contest the TER series, so here we are.
Je viens de la région du Var.
I come from the Var region, and we are very impressed by the special stages. It's totally different from our local ones, and we will need to learn. We changed our car, we have a new Escort with new tires. So the first day will be used to get to know both, and on Saturday, we will try to bring home a maximum of points before the next round in Italy.
So first of all, we are really happy to be here because it was a long way, I think, for the organizer to do this rally with the situation, and I hope to have a good rally. I know the car is very powerful, so maybe it's better if we don't have rain for tomorrow, and I think it will be okay for us.
Bonjour depuis le Rallye du Chablais.
The Rallye du Chablais, which is almost a ride around home for me, because I live about 50 kilometers away. It will be my fifth participation here, with my co-driver Michel and the Ford Escort, and we have already won here. In general, it is going well for us, and we hope for this year as well.
No, it's good to be here. It's the second time we've been in Switzerland, but no, back to the TER. I mean, this, as you say, is our third year. We've thoroughly enjoyed the events. I mean, it's always, as the organisation is brilliant. It's good to be just out again after what has been a very difficult time and period for all. Looking forward to getting in the car again tomorrow and trying it. We'll no doubt be quite rusty because, you know, it's certainly maybe 8-9 months since we did an event. So But, you know, it's great to, as I say, Switzerland, the Swiss people, always very welcoming. I think we're the only English crew here, but no, it'll be good, and thank you again.
Under a spring sun, drivers are ready to start the 17th edition of Rallye du Chablais. First on the road, Mark Valicioni and Frederic Rosses with their BMW M3. Valicioni is the fastest in the first special stage, ahead of Pascal Perraud's twin car by 6.2 seconds. Perraud reacts immediately, wins the second stage, and reduces the gap from the leader to 1.2 seconds. Third and leader in TER Historic Prix 81, Florian Gonen's Ford Escort RS, just 4.2 seconds from Valicioni after 2 stages. Christian Blanchard and Ginny Gassman follow fourth and second in TER Historic Prix 81 with their Ford Escort RS. Fifth and third in the TER Historic J1 J2, the Porsche 911 of Guy Trolliot and Sebastian Moulin, ahead of Philippe Jordanengo's Ford Escort, which is also third in the TER Historic Prix 81 classification. The Porsche 911 of Frank Servais is 7th, ahead of the British Tim Metcalfe and John Connor with their Ford Escort RS. The Swiss Alain Roethlisberger, second in the 2019 TER Historic, is forced to abandon the race due to an accident on Special Stage 1. second loop of the first leg, Villars-sur-Olonne, hosts the special stage. Marc Valicioni signs the scratch on Parade by 4/10 on SS3 and increases his advantage at 1.6 seconds on the rival. The race seems very balanced between the two crews, but the successive stage is fatal for Parade, who, due to a mechanical problem on his BMW M3, is forced to abandon the rally after the 4 special stage. SS3 is disastrous for Ghanen. The leader in TER Historic Prix 81, due to a problem with his escort RS, loses 21 minutes and any chance to fight for the victory. With an excellent start to the rally, Blanchard takes the second place, and the leadership in TER Historic Prix 81, 1 minute and 27 seconds behind Valicioni, and with 1 minute and 2 seconds ahead of Trolliet's Porsche, who is second in J1-J2 classification. The French Philippe Jordanengo and Josh Reichenegger are second in the TER Historic Prix 81, ahead of Servais's Porsche. Sixth is the BMW of Jolodin, ahead of the 2 Ford of Metcalfe and Cretegny. Ninth place for Servais's Simca Rally 2, ahead of Bito's Autobianchi A112. Valicioni leads the TER HJ1J2, and Blanchard the Prix 81 classification at the end of the first day. The Valais region awaits the TER crews for the morning's special stages of the second day of competition. Under a sunny morning, Marc Valicioni continues to push with his M3E30, wins the SS5 and 6, and increases his advantage over the second, Guy Trolliet, to 3 minutes and 51 seconds. An unlucky day 1 pushed the funambolic Florian Ghanen out of the fight for the victory, who however signs again the second time behind Valicioni, and the scratch in TER H Prix 81. A bad surprise in the opening stage of the day. TER historic pre-81 leader Christian Blanchard loses 3 minutes and 38 seconds, drops to third place in the category, giving the lead to Jordanengo. In the sixth test, Blanchard overtakes Servais and immediately climbs to second place behind Jordanengo. Jolodin, second in the TER HJ1J2, with his BMW, precedes Metcalfe's Ford Escort, who is in fight with Cretegny for the fourth place in TER historic pre-81. Metcalfe is a big supporter of TER Historic and likes to enjoy in most of TER events around Europe since the beginning, from 2019. Second loop on the morning stage. Valtiberina is still the fastest in the 7th special stage on Ghanyn, but in the 8th stage, a mechanical failure on his BMW M3 forced him to retire after having dominated the TER historic classification for 1 day and a half. Ghanyn, out of the fight for the podium after the problems he had in the first day, wins the 8th special stages ahead of Blanchard and Trolliot, who takes the head of the standings in TER HJ1J2 after Valtiberina's retirement. In TER historic pre-81, Jordanengo tries to manage his lead with his Escort RS, head of Blanchard and Servais. Jolodin is 5th and 2nd in J1-J2 classification. Cretegny overtakes Metcalfe, who was stuck in the snow during the 7th stage. Nothing changed in the latest special stages, and outside TER historic. In the general classification of the Rallye du Chablais, French Stéphane Poudrel and Maxime Tekussel win the rally with their Triumph TR7. After a difficult race, Gilles Dupertuis and Yves Malin take the 7th place in TER historic pre-81, ahead of the A112 of Giuseppe Biddo and Julian Skopfer. Unlucky weekend for them, Florian Ghanyn and Michel Hordnys finish 6th. After the fight with the British crew, Jean-Romain Cretegny and Eric Von Cannell take 4th place in TER Pre 81, ahead of Tim Metcalfe and John Connor. In the TER Historic J1 J2, Nicholas and Cedric Jolliton take the second step of the podium. After many months away from competitions, the 2019 TER J1 J2 champions, Guy Trolliot and Sébastien Moulin, win the TER Historic J1 J2 at the 17th Rallye du Chablais. In the TER Historic Pre 81, third step of the podium to the Porsche 911 of Frank Servais and Steve Niederhauser, behind the Escort RS of Christian Blanchard and Jenny Gassman, second. Frenchman Philippe Jordanengo and Josh Reichenegger, with their Ford Escort RS, win the first round of the 2021 TER Historic, the 17th edition of Rallye du Chablais. I am very happy seeing the opponents we had. When we saw in the entry list 33 historic cars, to finish first in the Tour European Rally J1 J2 is absolutely unbelievable.
It's the first time for us in Switzerland. We decided to do the Tour European Rally with Josh. It was a very difficult rally, with many abandons. We also won for the many abandons. It's the race.
Guy Trolliot and Sébastien Moulin are the TER Historic J1 J2 Championship leader. Philippe Jordanengo and Josh Reichenegger are the TER Historic Championship leader. The Tour European Rally will return from 6 to 8 August in Italy, on the Tuscany gravel stages of the Rally Città di Arezzo, Crete Senesi e Valtiberina.